The 8 most shocking and mysterious discoveries in ancient tombs that stunned archaeology world. Throughout the history of archaeological research, there have been numerous discoveries that have shocked both experts and the public, unveiling deep mysteries about ancient civilizations. However, some discoveries have surpassed all imagination, leaving archaeologists astounded and skeptical about what happened in the past. From ancient tombs containing secrets about strange funeral customs to artifacts and remains with supernatural marks, these excavations have completely changed the way we view history. Among these, some discoveries have left us dumbfounded, with mysteries that science has yet to solve. Mysterious ancient tombs, with treasures and remains full of intrigue, are not only evidence of long-lost civilizations, but also contain strange and chilling stories that have never been revealed. So, in recent years, what special discoveries have archaeologists made in the ancient tombs they have unearthed? Let's explore this together right now. Wine cups, made from human skulls in the tombs of the Huns. During excavations in Mongolia and Xinjiang, China, in the 1920s, experts discovered several ancient tombs of the Huns. Among their surprising, even eerie findings were items that left them astounded. The Huns were a powerful, fierce, and warlike nomadic tribe from the north. They often disturbed the borders of Chinese dynasties, raiding properties, land, crops, and even taking people. As a result, even Emperor Qin Shi Huang and several subsequent dynasties spent a great deal of money, manpower, and time constructing the Great Wall of China to prevent Hun invasions. In these near-intact tombs of the Huns, experts found many precious artifacts, including gold, silver, and jewels, along with 68 large braids of hair, which made the archaeologists gasp in amazement. After tests and analysis, experts speculated that these belonged to women who were likely victims of sacrifice. Furthermore, these women were taken by the Huns from neighboring tribes. Most of the victims were Han Chinese or from Western regions, as the Huns' customs and culture prevented them from using women from their own tribe for sacrifices. Among the artifacts, one item particularly horrified the researchers: wine cups made from human skulls. While experts already knew the Huns were fierce and enjoyed drinking, they never expected them to use human skulls as drinking cups. As a result, researchers searched historical records in the historical records of the Huns to find references to this practice. After some effort, they found that after defeating their old enemy, the Yueh-Chi, the Huns used the skull of the Yueh-Chi king as a wine goblet. This custom was then continued by Hun warriors for many years. In every battle, when the Huns defeated and killed their enemies, they would decapitate them without hesitation. They used their enemies' heads as drinking cups, considering them trophies of war. It's truly barbaric, isn't it? The woman's body in the ancient tomb had creepy marks. On Halloween 2024, archaeologists revealed new details about how an actual vampire spent their final moments. The woman, known as the vampire, died approximately 350 years ago and was discovered in 2022 in an ancient cemetery in Pień, Poland. The woman's body was named Zosia by the researchers. Reconstruction images show that the 18-year-old girl had pale skin, blue eyes, short hair, and a protruding fang. She was also buried with a silk cap, indicating she belonged to the noble class. However, her high status could not save her from being accused of being a demon. Among the approximately 100 skeletons in the cemetery, only Zosia's body had a sickle placed across her neck and a lock fastened tightly onto her toe. Professor Dariusz Polinsky, who led the study, shared with Daily Mail, "It can be assumed that for some reason, those who buried her feared she would come back to life from the grave. Perhaps they believed she was a vampire." Experts believe that the sickle and large lock were a double protective measure for the villagers. In case the corpse could rise from the grave, the sickle would sever her head or injure her neck if she tried to sit up. X-ray scans of Zosia's bones, conducted by Dr. Heather Edgar from the University of New Mexico, revealed an abnormality in her sternum, suggesting she may have had a deformity that caused pain, which led people to view her as sinister and suspect her of being a vampire. At that time, a war between Sweden and Poland was ongoing, and researchers believe Zosia may have been Swedish and seen as an unfortunate soul. About 30 of the 100 graves found showed signs of being tied up, which led people to call the site the Vampire Field. Polinsky mentioned that this cemetery was reserved for those excluded from the community, and all the graves lacked headstones or records of identity. According to Smithsonian Magazine, Eastern Europeans began fearing vampires in the 11th century, believing some dead would claw their way out of the grave to rise as blood-sucking creatures terrorizing the living. By the 17th century, unusual burial rituals became common throughout Poland to deal with reports of vampire appearances, and the next discovery in an ancient tomb may serve as clear evidence of this. Ancient tomb containing vampires and mysterious liquid. In 2013, an excavation in Gliwice, Poland, uncovered an ancient cemetery containing chilling mysteries about burial customs from the past. Specifically, construction workers accidentally discovered graves with bodies buried in strange positions. These corpses were not placed in typical postures. Instead, their skulls were positioned between their knees, a burial practice unlike any ritual commonly seen. Dating results indicated that these individuals died in the 15th to 16th centuries, a period when fear of supernatural creatures, especially vampires, was rampant in European minds. Jacek Pierzak, an archaeologist involved in the excavation, stated, "This burial method wasn't a mistake, but a way to prevent the dead from rising and becoming vampires, harming the living. These graves could belong to people suspected of being vampires, the blood-sucking monsters that terrified ancient Polish people. To prevent them from rising, the bodies were decapitated and buried in a horrifying manner." Additionally, in 2018, another archaeological discovery made waves in Alexandria, Egypt. Experts uncovered a black granite sarcophagus inside an ancient tomb, and immediately, rumors spread about a deadly curse. Some feared that opening the sarcophagus would awaken the curse and bring about horrific events. However, archaeologists decided to open it and discovered 3 skeletons inside, all immersed in a mysterious red liquid. Although tests showed that these remains belonged to individuals who lived in the area after 332 BC, the mystery of the red liquid piqued the curiosity of thousands. Over 1,500 people signed a petition on change.org requesting to try the liquid, believing it would grant power from the dead. However, experts warned that drinking the liquid could be very dangerous. Aside from being unlikely to provide any strength, consuming the liquid could lead to infectious diseases, bacteria, or dangerous viruses. In connection with these discoveries, archaeologists also found the tomb of King Seuthes III, the ruler of the Odrysian kingdom in Thrace, dating back to the 4th century BC. His tomb was built under a mound 66 feet high, with a diameter of about 295 feet. Archaeologists found many valuable burial items, such as a golden crown, a golden cup, weapons, shields, and a bronze sculpture depicting the king. This discovery further highlighted the king's wealth and power during ancient times. These archaeological finds not only provide insight into past customs and beliefs, but also make us reflect on the mysteries still waiting to be uncovered beneath the ground. Unseen secrets in a 1,500-year-old tomb. Specifically, during excavation, archaeologists uncovered an ancient tomb dating back around 1,500 years, from the period of the Great Migration of European tribes, an era marked by the upheaval of tribal invasions and the reshaping of lands following the fall of the Roman Empire. At the center of the tomb, the archaeologists discovered a large copper cauldron, believed to have contained the ashes of the deceased, likely a high-ranking individual in society at the time. Archaeologist Suzanne Friedrich from the Halle Prehistory Museum explained, "We are still continuing to search for the remains of this person." This highlights the importance and intrigue of the excavation, as there is still much that remains unclear. Around the copper cauldron, experts found the remains of 6 women, leading them to hypothesize that these could be the deceased's concubines, possibly buried alongside him to serve him in the afterlife. However, whether these women were killed for the burial ritual or voluntarily participated remains an unanswered question. Additionally, the remains of 11 animals, including large livestock, dogs, and horses, were found. All of this suggests that the person buried in the tomb was of high social status. In addition to the main tomb, around 60 other graves were discovered in the archaeological site. Experts believe this could be an ancient cemetery, dating from around 480 to 530 AD after the fall of the Roman Empire, when Germanic tribes like the Huns began migrating and occupying lands no longer under Roman control. Particularly in these graves they found a glass bowl, several pieces of gold-plated jewelry accompanying clothing, a sword, an iron shield, a gold coin depicting Emperor Zeno, and many other items. Archaeologists believe the decorative glass pieces were likely crafted by artisans from the Gallo-Roman period living along the Rhine River, as only they possessed the skills to make such items. Ceramic bowl, containing human fingers and jewel-encrusted teeth. On May 29, 2024, a surprising archaeological discovery was made beneath the El Diablo Pyramid in El Zotz, Guatemala, where researchers uncovered a 1600-year-old tomb, possibly belonging to an ancient Maya king. The tomb was perfectly preserved, containing strange and mysterious artifacts that left experts both stunned and intrigued. One of the most shocking discoveries was a bowl containing human fingers and jewel-encrusted teeth, a detail that made many shiver. The fingers and teeth were wrapped in decayed organic matter, possibly plant leaves, indicating a reverence and special ritual related to the death of the deceased. In addition to these bizarre objects, archaeologists also found the remains of 6 children who may have been sacrificed during the burial of the king. This raises questions about the burial customs and sacrificial rituals in Maya civilization, one of the most mysterious and advanced cultures in Central America. Archaeologist Stephen Houston from Brown University confirmed that this royal tomb holds an invaluable wealth of information, but it will take years of research to fully decode its mysteries. Before finding the tomb, the archaeological team discovered something peculiar at the ancient temple built to honor the sun god, a symbol of power and rule during the Maya period. While digging a small hole in the temple room, the scientists encountered a series of strange phenomena. A blood-red bowl filled with human fingers and teeth, along with mudstone, which may have been used to protect the tomb from the intrusion of air. The tomb had been perfectly sealed for over 1,600 years, preserving everything inside. When the excavation team removed the final layer of earth and dropped a light bulb inside, a magical sight appeared before them. Pieces of wood, fabric, and brightly colored plaster in blue, red, and yellow. The tomb was built with great craftsmanship, measuring 6.2 feet wide, 12.1 feet long, and 3.9 feet deep, large enough to bury one man. Although the experts could only make assumptions based on hieroglyphs, they believe the tomb belongs to a king, possibly the founder of a dynasty. The objects within the tomb not only have historical value, but also reflect the advanced artistic skills of the Maya civilization. The Maya civilization, one of the standout cultures in Central America, made remarkable achievements in areas like mathematics, astronomy, and architecture. This discovery not only sheds light on the mysterious aspects of the Maya people, but also opens the door to exploring their sacred rituals and burial customs. Dragon traces in a 6,000-year-old tomb in China. In Western culture, dragons symbolize evil, but in Eastern mythology, dragons are considered auspicious creatures, and there are many mysteries surrounding their origin. According to legend, dragons possess characteristics from various animals, such as a camel's head, deer antlers, rabbit eyes, elephant ears, a snake's neck, a frog's belly, carp scales, eagle claws, tiger paws, and 81 scales along their back. The corners of the dragon's mouth are adorned with long whiskers, and its chin has whiskers with a pearl. Dragons breathe out clouds, which can turn into rain or fire, and their roars are said to resemble the sound of a storm. There are different types of dragons, some with horns, some without, some with scales, some without, some with wings, others without. Within these types, there are 3 main categories: long, mighty, in the sky; li, hornless, living in the sea; and jiao, scaled, living in swamps or caves. Dragons can ride the clouds, tread the winds, dive underwater, and hide deep at the bottom of the sea. When walking on land, dragons sometimes move slowly and heavily. Ancient dragon worship held an important position in belief systems, symbolizing totems or spiritual creatures that were closely linked to politics, economy, literature, art, and folk customs from the Xia and Shang dynasties of China, and this influence has lasted for thousands of years. Dragons are always present in Chinese and Vietnamese mythology, ancient artifacts, paintings, divinations from turtle shells or bones, and in ancient texts like the Book of Changes, Classic of Mountains and Seas, and records of the Grand Historian. Since the time of Emperor Gaozu of the Han Dynasty, the Chinese dragon has been depicted with 5 claws and is considered a symbol of imperial power. All items belonging to the emperor were engraved or embroidered with dragon imagery. Royal beds, robes and carriages, house pillars, eaves, and more. The emperor's face was referred to as the dragon's face, and his body as the dragon's form. In Chinese, dragon is also used to refer to exceptionally talented individuals, while the opposite, those of lowly status, are compared to worms. For example, the idiom Vong Tu Then Long means hoping that one's son will be successful. While dragons have traditionally been seen as mythical creatures, archaeological evidence is increasingly challenging this view. In the late 1980s, the city of Bozhou in Henan Province, China, was planning to build a retention pond to redirect water from the Yellow River. However, during construction, an ancient city wall was discovered, drawing the attention of archaeologists. Investigations revealed that this was the ancient Bozhou city wall built by the later Ming Dynasty during the Five Dynasties period. Nearby, traces of the Yangshao culture, a Neolithic culture along the Middle Yellow River, were also found, dating back about 5,000 years to the era of the 3 sovereigns and 5 emperors. A particularly unique tomb was also uncovered at the site. Inside, the tomb contained the skeleton of a young man, and around it, intricate depictions of a dragon and a tiger made of seashells were arranged. The tiger measured about 4.5 feet long and 2 feet tall, its limbs appearing as if it was walking. The dragon measured nearly 5.8 feet long and 2.2 feet tall. The year the tomb was discovered, 1988, coincided with the Year of the Dragon in the Chinese zodiac, which made this archaeological find a sensation in China's archaeological community. According to legend, the emperor rode a dragon to the heavens, but the discovery of these tombs from 6,000 years ago raises the question, did this legend truly exist? The depiction of such imagery in the tomb suggests that the legend may have been real. Moreover, the person buried here was accompanied by a dragon and a tiger, indicating the high status of the tomb's occupant. This evidence points to the existence of dragons long before the Yellow Emperor's time. Some experts speculate that the Yellow Emperor was not the first to create the dragon image, but may have reinterpreted its form to make it more recognizable. Subsequent generations revered the Yellow Emperor and may have considered him the originator of the dragon image. Although modern scholars generally view dragons as mythical creatures, art is often inspired by real life. The treasure in ancient Chinese tombs that delights experts. A recent archaeological excavation in the city of Suining, Sichuan Province, China, has led to an incredibly valuable discovery, shedding light on the lives and customs of the people during the Ming Dynasty, from 1368 to 1644. During this excavation, archaeologists uncovered 4 ancient tombs, built in the distinctive style of stone carving, containing impressive murals and priceless artifacts. One of the most surprising finds during the excavation was the discovery of ancient murals on the walls of the tomb. These murals are remarkably well preserved, with vivid colors that demonstrate the skill and artistry of the craftsmen from that era. The paintings depict vivid images of mythical creatures such as phoenixes, deer, and other animals, all of which hold deep symbolic significance in Chinese culture. Additionally, many murals feature beautiful depictions of flowers and plants, highlighting the decorative artistry of the period. Experts believe that these designs were not only aesthetically pleasing, but also reflected the worldview and religious beliefs of the people at that time. Based on the artifacts found in the tomb, experts speculate that it is the resting place of 4 couples with accompanying items that signify the importance and value of the deceased. Food still perfectly preserved in an ancient Tang Dynasty tomb in China. In 1959, archaeologists in Xinjiang, China, excavated an ancient tomb in Turpan and made some significant discoveries. According to experts, inside the tomb from the Tang Dynasty, they found dumplings that were remarkably well preserved. After thousands of years buried underground, the dumplings were still almost intact. What is particularly interesting is that the shape and color of the dumplings found in the tomb are very similar to those made today. Dumplings have been a popular food in China for thousands of years and are even favored by people in the Western regions. In addition to dumplings, experts also found other types of pastries in the Tang Dynasty tomb, including mooncakes, sweet cakes, and other desserts. The discovery of so many food items in the ancient Tang tomb highlights the rich and diverse culinary culture of that time. Experts believe the reason these dumplings and other foods remained almost perfectly preserved is due to the climate. The region's hot, dry conditions caused the foods to lose moisture quickly. These weather conditions, which persisted over many years, helped preserve the food almost intact over time. As you can see, the shocking and mysterious discoveries in ancient tombs have not only shaken the field of archaeology, but also sparked endless curiosity about ancient civilizations. The artifacts, mummies, and strange rituals found in these tombs have revealed historical secrets we never could have imagined. Each discovery contains a mysterious story, from eerie burial rites to extremely rare objects that leave us in awe. While science and technology have advanced today, there are still many mysteries that need to be solved. These discoveries will continue to be key to helping us better understand the mysterious civilizations that existed thousands of years ago. How about you? Which discovery from the ones above left the biggest impression on you? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to give the channel a like and subscribe, as well as turn on the notification bell if you enjoyed this video. And now, goodbye and see you next time.